Yo, you want to see something cool? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
City of Kingsport. The leadership has again showed you their inability to look into the future and predict patterns of financial gain or loss. In this case, like in most cases with the City of Kingsport, it's a loss. Meadowview Convention Center is failing. To put it mildly. Failing. So for the last 20 years, Eastman and the City of Kingsport has subsidized room rental there. They had to be at a 70% occupation rate in rental rooms, and no one comes to Kingsport as a destination anymore. Back in the 80s, people made Kingsport a destination for Fun Fest, and that would fill it up. But since then, nothing. So they're expecting that the city to pay $1.3 million in subsidies to Meadowview. That's taxpayer money. Eastman rents out rooms, so when their people get snowed in, they can chuck them over there and let them stay. That's whatever. That's a private company. But the City of Kingsport is not. The City of Kingsport spends this money like it is, but it is not. So what do? Meadowview says that they can't compete with the smaller venues here, I guess, like the Reserve and all this other stuff like they have. Said they're having a hard time competing with them because they don't have the walkability. That's pretty simple. Do you remember when Meadowview first opened up? They talked about all the concerts they're going to have there, all the people they're going to bring in. They're going to have all these big concerts, big events. They don't have shit. They never do. One, to rent one of their ballrooms is too expensive. Way too expensive. And then, when you do have sponsorship, let's say Anheuser-Busch or Holston Distributing, you go in with them, they donate you kegs of beer, right? Meadowview keeps all that. Meadowview keeps all that stuff. It doesn't matter if you have an ABC license. It doesn't matter if you have a license through the state to sell that. Meadowview keeps it, or they don't allow it. The unwillingness to compromise with stuff has put us in, or Meadowview and the City of Kingsport, in the position they are now. FunFest, same thing. FunFest is the same thing. It's lame. It's been lame for 20 years. It's the same thing. It's super duper lame. It's because you have the same people with the same thought mentality, not willing to go out and bring in something new, something different. And then on top of that, they say it's nonprofit. Right? It's not nonprofit. It is not nonprofit. Really? Far from it. Let's drop back a decade and a half. When I had my gym, doing fight promotions, I'm going to do one during Fun Fest called Fight Fest, and had the cards made and everything. Went to them. They said, "Well, we need all your sponsor money." I said, "What do you need my sponsor money for?" "We'll give it to you as you need it." I said, "No, they're sponsoring me, not Fun Fest. They're sponsoring this fight, not Fun Fest." And I said, "Okay, so what do I charge ticket wise?" They said, "Well, we try to keep it $5." I said, "I'm cool with that, but how do we do the split?" "Well, there is no split." "What do you mean?" She said, "You break even." I said, "Oh, okay, so I break even. Where does the money go?" "It goes into an account." "Okay, and what's the account work?" "So you can use your account next year. So you can use that money next year out of your account." I said, "Okay, but what if I have sponsors?" "That can go in the account too. We can distribute your sponsor money throughout for other events." I was confused. I said, "Okay, so what if I determined that I don't want to do this event anymore. And the money that's been made off of it, it stays in that account and we use it. Okay, what if you determine that you don't want to do it anymore? We keep that money. That's not a nonprofit. That goes to the city of Kingsport. That goes to these bureaucrats that send this stuff out. So you reap what you sow to the city of Kingsport. You make poor decisions. You have poor marketing, and even poor people that do it. They're stuck in the 80s and 90s. Be more progressive with your marketing. Bring in things that other people like other than you. You could have some good concerts. You could bring in Zach Bryan. You can bring in, Luke Combs. You don't have to bow down to Johnson City and Bristol. But they have a non-compete agreement against those cities. That they won't do anything to challenge Rhythm and Roots or what's the one they have up in Johnson City with all the streets and all this stuff, the Plum Festival. The city of Kingsport will do it, and they won't do anything against Fun Fest. Guess what? Fun Fest sucks. So, yeah, there you go. City of Kingsport, banged up job.